Come around for a chat. Nice evening. Yeah, wasn't much here yesterday.
While the skippers are polite, the deckhands have history.
I wouldn't really it was somebody else. It's just the fact that I hate that bloke. Oh, we had a bit of a biff a few months ago. Ever since then, he just decided that he would go around and tell everyone what he was going to do to me. Because he's talking. Didn't even look this way, did he?
No, never looked this wrong, no. You've got to work out there together. You don't want to be making an ass of yourself, so, yeah.
With the season fast running out, the pressure on the fleet is ramping up. The Anson's Bay has finally got its engine fixed. Glenn is waiting for a break in the weather.
We're just playing the waiting game.
Skipper Squizzy has decided he's going to have one final crack at Big Reds. The bold contender will be back out to sea soon.
At $110 a kilo, I can't sit at home on the couch and watch the other boats go fishing because at $110 a kilo, you get a lot of motivation to get off the couch and go to sea.
And the William Norling is racing home to port to lock in a high per kilo price.
Yeah, look forward to getting home, just getting off the boat, having a nice long shower, just, you know, you can have a beer.
Low Rocky Point.
Thanks.
And Skipper Clive's doing his best to keep team morale up. It's been a long and bumpy ride for the Minamurra.
I can hear it. Doesn't that just brighten the mood, eh?
Oh, some people might think I goof around a little bit, but I think it just breaks things up and makes things a bit more fun.
Yeah.
There's a nice pot day.
Oh, yeah, a few more, mate. A few more like that, we'll be laughing. Oh, yeah, baby! Woo!
That looks better.
The purple patch is back. With a target of 600, 58 new lobsters has upped the Minamurra's haul to 469.
You only need 10 pots with 3 and there's 30.
Yep.
That's the tally, gets us closer to 700.
Does.
Righto.
Time for another shot.
Righto.
The Shank, southwest Tasmania. And Pete and Maddie are starting early.
1, 2, 3 for us. 4. 4 kilos plus. 100 bucket. The fish are pretty good here. Good average. 2 kilos a pot. That's pretty good at winter time.
Pete's reputation for finding top dollar red fish has become a problem. It's dog eat dog out here in the Southern Ocean.
Put pots alongside it. Look here. They're a bit cheeky, these blokes sometimes. Put pots wrong alongside you. They haven't got a brain in their head. Give some person a bit of room. They're really crampy style. Just makes it too hard. That's fishing for you. Everyone's after $1, and everyone's trying their best, so there will be conflict, there will be competitive, and but generally it's done a nice way.
Pete's still got the Midas touch.
We fill that bin up full, $12,000 worth. That's a bit over a kilo. The best thing about it, that's worth $110 kilo now, I've just been told. Anything under 1 kilo is 105, and anything over kilo is 110, so he's probably $120 fish now. Over 3 quarters way there.
Of course, the other boats are not Pete's only competition.
I really want to see.
The dreaded octopus strikes again.
Suck the life out of you.
We saw the legs. There's his beak. They will bite. There's a little beak there like a parrot beak inside of that. That's what they eat with. They actually put a chemical inside which actually separates the meat from the shell, makes it easy for them to get out.
No one said hunting red gold was easy.
The octopus cost us around $140 then. Lost 2 size fish. Bit of a loss, but that's part of fishing.
A lot of lobstermen only come out when the price hits $100 a kilo plus. And when that happens, this is what it looks like. Competition is the name of the game.
The lobster fisherman's worst enemy, probably other fishermen.
That's our biggest nemesis.
On one hand, we compete for the fish, but on the other hand, if something goes wrong, we need each other to rely upon.
Oh yeah, you look after it. You keep an eye on each other. You look after each other a little bit. Make sure everyone's safe.
Low rocky point, and the crew of the Minamurra has woken up to a giant swell.
Going off this morning, we've got about 500 kilos of fish on, maybe a little bit better depending on how the fish average. When I left, I was hoping to get about half a tonne or more, so if we can pick up about 100 kilos, that'd put us up to around bit over 600 kilos. So I'd be in front of where I was sort of aiming at, so it would be 100, 150 kilos better off, and yeah, no, definitely be happier.
Right now, they need to pull in their pots, but the 4-metre swell is making that a dangerous operation.
The boat's made out of steel, but the wheelhouse is timber. If I cop one of those waves, it could rip the wheelhouse straight off, so when in doubt, keep out. Wouldn't want to go through there. No.
Huge swells also prevent lobsters from climbing into the pots.
Fingers crossed, Clive. Yeah. Let's hope that swell doesn't slow them up, but it probably will.
And no surprise, it's empty.
Certainly slowed this one up. At least we can get our gear, that's the main thing.
Going up against Mother Nature is never easy. And on top of the big swell and low catch rate, they now have a missing pot.
I've just rounded up to another pot, but there's one that's missing off a mark, like I mark all my pots in on the GPS on my plotter. There's one not there, so maybe this swell has washed it in, but I can't see it.
A lost pot will set you back between $250 and $600. Then there's the cost of the buoy, bait and line, not to mention the loss of any catch it might hold.
Another frustrating thing to add to the morning. So we're not catching many fish and we might have lost a pot. Not good at all.
And with the heavy swell still pumping, the day doesn't look like it's going to improve. Whistler Point, the northwest coast of King Island. And the William Norling is full to bursting on its way home to port. Danny's hoping this catch should net over $100,000. But it all depends on the price.
When it comes time to sell our crays, we can barter our crays with any of the buyers we like and try and get as much as we can for our crays. And like certain times of year, big crays, like what we're catching at the moment, we'll get better dollars off one buyer for them. And then the other crays, the smaller ones, might go to another buyer who might send them to Beijing or Shanghai. So yeah, it's good that we can do that, and it just try and keeps our average dollar up as well.
Keen to start a bidding war, Danny calls his first buyer to open negotiations.
Well, they're paying $100 for over a kilo down south. Look, we ring the buyers, we tell them what we've got. They usually have 5 or 6 hours to ring around to their buyers in China or wherever the buyers might be and work out what they can afford to pay. I don't know, but they're paying 100, aren't they? Usually their first price is not their best. You've got to pull it out of them a little bit, yeah.
Well, somebody's going to give us 100.
You try and play them off a little bit against each other. And always the best day to get a price is a Wednesday or a Thursday. Your fish can go to China on Friday. They can have them there for Saturday night, or they can have them there for Friday night. All right, mate, we'll give you a shout tomorrow. If you've got, say, 12 or 1,300 kilo in it, you can get, say, $5 more for it. You just made $7,000 for filling an extra page in your logbook.
After 17 punishing days of fishing, it's a good feeling to set course back to port.
But anyway, we'll see.
Don't want to give them away.
Low rocky point. Fishing close into the rocks, the Minamara is battling a dangerous swell. To make matters worse, the lobsters are not moving, but their pots are.
Definitely not there on that mark, so that's frustrating. I went and had a look. Too dangerous to go in there than have a look today. I don't like losing gear, but I'd rather lose a pot than lose the boat, or worse. Conditions like this can be a real danger. It's mine and Zach's safety at play. Come on, fish.
Sometimes when your chips are down, they're really down.
Okay. Well, you picked a bad day to get in here because there's no crows in the pots. Got in there waiting for them, but they weren't showing up. It was a kick-ass day yesterday, but this morning not so good. You got to roll with the punches and take the good with the bad. That's fishing. Crazy. So there's a rock shelf that runs along that way, and we have pots on the other side of it.